Hey, welcome back.
Little old Cage. Yo, look how this dude looks like a big guy. I mean, he does. He looks like a big guy. Cage is like what? Cage, what, you like 4'11"? She's short. Cage is tiny, bro. Like, why would... I don't know. I'm not real versed in the lore. All I know is Cage said something to this guy and he got upset. And he got upset with her. I don't even know what you said, Cage. If I was on, if I was on Streamlabs right now, I would bring you on so you could say it. Oh my God, he has a whole 3-minute video yapping to a reply. You're not 5'7". She's lying. She's 4'7". She's 4'7". She's 4'7".
Yes, Lilith, this man again. Because he responded to my stream. And we have a lot to say. Is he 3 foot tall? I don't know. We have Risk It for the Biscuit, who says, cult classic clown, the hypocrite grifter. Yes, he made another video, Astro. Can't help himself, really. I'm glad I inspire him to make content, because he'd be slacking. And I just think it's interesting how anybody who disagrees with him, he just calls him a grifter. Kata said, swing and a miss, bro. And Risk It's like, your opinion means nothing, grifter. Your opinion means nothing, grifter. Not this X-bot. Because Risk It here, when he put out the video talking shit about me, he says, a warning, don't mistake kindness for weakness. I didn't grow up having my ass wiped with a silver spoon. I grew up on the street and I could take it back there anytime you want to play. Huh? What does that even mean? Is that like a song or you're referencing? Taking it to the street, taking it to... That's a classic, mind you. He's old enough to remember. I don't know what that means. I'm not here to out poverty anybody, okay? That's not... I don't give a fuck about that. That means nothing on the internet. Clearly, your internet works pretty well. Nobody cares to out poverty anybody here. Drewski, somebody that thinks they're real tough. And mind you, his kindness is telling you how to make your content, telling you who you should and shouldn't associate with, all that shit. That's his idea of kindness. But I just thought it was funny that it's like a thinly veiled, I will not say threat, because it's not technically a threat, but it's definitely to apply some sort of pressure. Some form of pressure that means nothing. So yeah, that was interesting.
So before we get into her video, I just want to say this video will be a bit of a marathon. I had to edit out a lot of crap to sort of get to her core points.
I can't wait for you guys to notice what he edited out, especially if you did happen to watch the live stream last week where we did react to what Risk It had said. Because he didn't just edit out the crap. He edited out the things that clearly make me look like the rational one in the room.
Yeah, I have edited this stuff up. Cassie wants to respond, she can, but this will be the last video I make about this shit.
Absolutely.
This is really
what do you
my
think?
shtick.
What do you think? I've been called out, apparently, according to this Xbox fanboy. What is this audio? What did he do to me? He bastardized my audio. Do I normally sound like this, guys?
It's official. You suck.
Mom, we have skill up at home.
We have skill up at home. You Char, thanks so much for the 2. Do I normally sound like that? He gooned it up. Oh man. Cass slacked on her audio last week. Oh shit, I'm a Cass bot. He turned me into a bot. That's what Xbox fanboys do. Yes, let's see. So Bobby Hawk, who I'm quite familiar with. Bobby Hawk, he's a PlayStation dude, but he likes to hear me out and what I have to say. So shout out to Bobby. He says, was that how the original audio sounded? Sounds weird. And instead of Risk It clarifying that it was his fuck up, he simply just liked the comments. You could have clarified and been honest, like, hey man, the software I'm using stink. But I guess that goes to show just the type of guy Risk It is. Like, I remember a couple people saying, hey, I don't agree with his points, but he has a nice beard. I'm like, that's a fair assessment. I could see that. Yo, Striker, was good with you, homie. That's a fair assessment. But another
official.
hero culture.
A grifter is someone who preaches something they don't believe for clicks, views, and money. He's just mad a Xbox game got criticism.
Oof. Hero, thank you so much for the 5. And it's true. It's true. And it's crazy to, tell people that they don't believe the shit that they believe in. Especially where really all of my actions, my consistency with my channel has shown that I'm anything but that. So, but Risk It doesn't really do his research anyway. Yo, what's good, Striker? But another telltale sign that there's something probably wrong with your argument is when J-Dub agrees with you. That's never really a good sign. That's maybe you should rethink your position, brother. So far, you're having fun. That's what's good. Well, this is going to be painfully cringe since Risk It fucked up my audio, but let's continue.
Yes, you definitely are a grifter.
How?
And it's not only because of what you're doing now. It's for a very specific reason that I have up on screen here.
It's official.
Oh, that's this is interesting.
He's more Trisket than Biscuit.
Oh, man. Yo, Char, thank you so much for this too, brother. So he brings up a tweet, and we're going to bring up this tweet later on because there's so much more to this whole situation. But the thing is, the general average person doesn't really have an understanding of how, like, being a content creator works when it comes to YouTube. Like, you have a general idea, but, like, when you're a YouTuber and you make videos and you've been doing it for a while, you tend to have an idea of what videos will do well and what videos generally won't do well. Or what videos will do better than others, should I say. Now, I was trying to give people, like, a visual perspective on how that generally works. And that's really the entire point of the tweet. He's a soggy biscuit. Oh, man.
You said yourself. So I decided to do my best to
Sounds
cover
like he's gonna
positive
cry
content or games instead of woke discussions or salt content. And guess what? It leads to bleeding interest in your channel overall. Your channel overall. Your channel. It's almost like the whole why don't you just talk about games crowd is just moral grandstanding.
Absolutely.
No, mate. We're not just moral grandstanding.
Yes, you are.
We built our channels on games.
No, you're trying to police people into saying what you want them to say, or specifically not saying what you don't want them to say. Like, my channel is definitely a balance of a lot of different things. And does that fall into sometimes negative content? Absolutely. But do I also do positive content? Absolutely. Like, there's a balance that you have to find. At the end of the day, I cover what I'm drawn to cover. It doesn't matter if it's positive or negative. The saltiest biscuit ever. I mean, there's a reason why Risk It doesn't do much content. And he gives reasons why. But he isn't consistent. And I'm consistent in terms of I'm here to provide you guys content because that's what you want. I have channel members. Like, I take this seriously, but I also have fun with it. I balance a concept of having fun being a content creator, but I also have an obligation to you guys because you guys happen to be channel members as well. So everyone has to find a balance. Some people definitely see it completely as a job, and that's not me. Like, for me, I don't cover, like, do I want to succeed? Do I want to grow as a channel? Absolutely. But do I also want to do what I want to do and have fun with it? Absolutely. There's a balance, and for me, I don't treat this like a job. I have a real job. I work 40 plus hours a week. I make enough money to compensate for my daily life without YouTube. So YouTube is really me just having fun. But there's a lot of people that also don't like my content. And the problem is those types of people are trying to police my content, which I have a fucking problem with. You are a fucking bitch if you actually want to sit here and try to tell creators what to do with their content. I never fucking do that to anybody. Even people who have made videos on me. Even people who've made videos on me, ragging on me, actually.
Built your channel on having woke discussions and salt content, which you suck at. It's not your stick either, man.
And if you think that that's the case, there are hundreds of thousands of other creators out there for you to go watch. I'm not here begging you to watch my streams. I'm not begging you to sit here and watch my videos. I couldn't give a fuck less if you never watched a single video I ever make ever again. I don't care. Because if you don't like my content, I don't want you to sit there and watch it. I want you to be here if you want to be here. And if you don't want to be here, I hope that you find another creator that better suits your interests. That's the great thing about YouTube. There's so many different creators out there. And you could find tons of them that appeal to what you like.
You're trying to be an Alex, but you're just not an Alex.
Absolutely not an Alex. 100%.
You're not a Grums. You're not a Hypnotic. You sure as hell are not an Alex.
Okay.
It's fucking embarrassing.
How was it
How
embarrassing?
bad you're trying to be Alex. Find your own thing, Cassie.
I have.
Like, do your own thing, man.
Absolutely.
This is what I was trying to say to you.
Does Alex have discussions on quote unquote woke topics, or is he insanely critical of, AAA gaming? He happens to be sometimes, but our content is not the same, clearly. Am I inspired by some things Alex does? Absolutely. But I'm also inspired by Happy Console Gamer. I'm also inspired by Styx Hexenhammer. I'm also inspired by Kyle. I'm also inspired. I could go on and on and on. I'm also inspired by who else? Tons of other fucking creators, bro. I'm also inspired by Alpha Omega Sid. There's so many people that have inspired me. And I include a little bit of what they do to my style, and it makes it its own thing. We're all inspired by somebody. You're sitting here talking in front of a camera with a bunch of Xbox bullshit behind you. Like, you got that from somebody, right? We all got a lot of our ideas from a lot of other people. But the thing is, we bring in all these things and then we add our own personalities. And so it ends up a little bit different. You're just trying to write me off because you just don't like my content. And that's completely fine. But you also don't even watch enough of my content to even know what it is. Because if you're just going to sit here and say, well, you're just another Alex.
It's official. You suck.
This guy goons over Cassie.
Oh God, please don't. Please don't. But I just think that it's silly to even go there. Risk gets inspired by soy milk.
He only fucking morally grandstands or contacts me when I was
Absolutely
literally trying to help you out.
No, you're not.
Because I could see which way you were going. I could see you going down that grifter path. And you made it real clear.
Yo, it's crazy that anything he doesn't agree with is just, oh, you're just being a grifter. Maybe perhaps you just don't like the content. Like, you can't tell me to not do what I'm driven to do. That's not how that works. You're not my fucking father. That shit is so whack, bro. He'll talk down to you like you're a fucking kid. It's so shitty.
Suck.
He probs has a Sarah Bond body pillow.
Oh no. I mean, she's not an ugly woman. She's not an ugly woman. Jaffe does the same thing. Absolutely. It's the same pasty face, fucking 40-plus-year-old old fucks that do this shit. It's a trend. It's a trend. It's crazy, but it's true. It's just a trend. But I have a hard time believing that he does this to men. I have a very hard time because men are going to tell this dude, fuck off, bro. what I think the situation was, I don't think he was expecting me to just basically tell him to fuck off. And I think that he was taken aback by that because my reaction is that of what I'm assuming like a man would have. And I don't think he was ready for that. But don't let me find out you do this shit to other women too. That would make him look like a fucking bitch, like a mega bitch, more than a bitch than he already does look. But we're going to have to get into more of this, guys. We're going to get into that tweet very, very soon, mind you.
Clear with this post. You tried like what? 3 positive videos? 4 positive videos?
Mhm.
Out of your entire channel
Like
content,
a
which is just
consistency
full
of it.
this woke salt bullshit that you're not even that good at. Everyone that does this content, except for X-Fold, everyone that does this content does it better than you.
And that's your opinion, and you're free to have that opinion. You clearly don't like my content. So why are you trying to police my content? Why don't you just fuck off and watch Alex and lick his pepperonis on your screen? That's clearly what you're into. You like watching men take off their shirt? That's completely fine. You clearly are a fan. And you clearly are a fan. It's fine. If you like Alex, if you like man titties, go watch the man titties, bro. That's fine. I support you. Enjoy what you enjoy. And if you don't enjoy my content, that's fine. But there's no need to act like a child about it. There's no need to come to me and try to tell me what to do with my content. That's the fucking problem I have with you, dog. That's the problem. He did a 30-minute video on me. Yes, he did, Erica. But what's good, Erica? Hope you're doing well. Apparently, Risk It would rather watch your man's titties than than pull up here, which is, it is what it is.
And so, yeah, you literally said you are doing this for clicks. You said it yourself.
I'm doing this to grow a channel.
I'm just going with what you said.
I'm doing this to grow a channel, but since this is not my job, I have the leeway of doing what I want to do. I don't think he understands that.
Ed, you said this.
Absolutely.
And if you don't like what it is, don't say what it is. You said it.
What does that mean? If you don't like what it is, don't say what it is. And then he's saying that I said it. Yes, I have a channel that I want to grow. Let's bring up his tweet. Hold on. Let's bring up the tweet. October 9th. And I was saying how I was doing a consistency of content, right? And I was trying to smudge together like a bunch of positive videos to be a little more consistent with that. And to be honest with you, I need to do more positive content. I do want to, and I do try to. Sometimes it just doesn't work out that way. But I do try to do that. But here's when it gets interesting. Because Risk It, he's the type of dude he always got to throw his 2 cents in. As someone that doesn't have a growing channel. He says, no Cass, you'll bleed the crowd that loves rage bait, and it'll take time to build an audience that actually likes decent content. So anything critical to Risk It isn't at all decent content to him. Which is just stupid. Like, if you want to watch only positive content, that's completely fine. If you want to create only positive content, that's completely fine. But to basically say all other content is trash is just ignorant. Lindo, I don't know who gets to define what's positive. To him, it's just what he deems acceptable. That's all we have to go on. YouTube definitely, it's like, the thing is, it's a drama community. Like, it really is. Like, it becomes that at some point. And people are into that. They like drama. Why do you think tabloids have existed forever? Why do you think TMZ's existed forever? Like, that's just kind of what people like. And that kind of just is what it is. Now, to me, despite that, I still try to do what I do when I want to do it, period. And don't do it, I mean, it's not worth it. I do, look, do not leave, don't leave, Risk It hate. Don't leave Risk It hate. It's, I don't support that. we just going to talk about his points, and we're going to basically explain how his points are retarded. But he says, no cast, you'll bleed the crowd that loves rage bait. It'll take time to build an audience that actually likes decent content. So basically, what he's saying is essentially my content is garbage, or most of it's garbage. He said, and I said, actually, no, because the algorithm will actually recommend you way less. It is a choice. If it's entirely chosen, leads to death. Literally watching my videos, blah, blah, blah. You know, because people chase certain types of content. And when they chase that, it recommends it more. It's the YouTube grind. It said, yes, then it'll grow, but you built an audience on rage bait. And I built an audience from different communities. Like, there's multiple different communities that I'm involved in. And a lot of you guys that come here to hang out with me, a lot of you all are from different communities. And what's amazing is that you guys come together and y'all find common ground. It's awesome. It's awesome to see. I fucking love it. When you guys get along, that makes me the happiest of all. Because I know that I brought together so many different people. And that makes me, and to see you guys like actually vibe together, I love it. I love it. But apparently you guys are just here for rage bait all the time. Not because you enjoy being here, not because it's fun to be here, not because you guys like talking with me, not because you guys enjoy the content, but apparently you're just here for rage bait. That's it. All day, every day. Oh, he says, whatever you build, that's what you're going to be doing. He said, I don't do it to grow or make money or any of that. So if I decide I want to talk PC, I just would, which he can't do because he has no idea what the fuck is up with PC. That's why he's stuck on an Xbox, mind you. He says, I don't care about views. I care about those that watch and enjoy their time. And as nice as that sounds, that's why you don't have a growing channel, bro. You don't care. And that's fine for you not to care. I'm not here to tell you what to do. But your perspective on YouTube is why you do not have a growing channel. And if you're happy with that, that's completely fine. I'm not telling you what to do. But I actually have goals within reason. I have goals. And I told him, if you have never built a channel with the focus of actually growing, finding an audience, then you don't know what it is to be in the trenches, my guy. I actually want to grow a channel and audience while also doing what I like, which is why what you are saying makes zero sense. And I wish that people that don't have any fucking idea what it is to do this shit, to be at least somewhat successful, I wish they would just shut the fuck up and stop trying to police my content. You don't have a channel that is successful. You don't have a channel that grows. You have no fucking idea what you are talking about. No fucking idea. If anything, probably the only thing that would help grow Riskit's content is his connections, not necessarily him. That's it. And then he's like, if you like rage bait, then do rage bait. And I said, I'm just saying what you aren't speaking from, that you aren't speaking from experience, because clearly he's not. And you admit to that openly, which I appreciate. But I really need advice from people that actually know what they are talking about and not a pipe dream. Mugen is a good example. And Mugen was actually agreeing with me. He says, I agree that the algorithm plays a part in it. No one gives a shit about the positive aspects of gaming. People just want to bitch about gaming all day and don't want solutions. I've tried this experiment myself. If I'm not talking about censorship, Sweet Baby Inc., or how much Western games suck, no one gives a shit to watch my content. I spent time covering indies and no one gives a shit. No one wants solutions. They rather bitch about the problem. Retrospectives and reviews hurt my channel, and those are the things I enjoy the most, but no one gives a shit about those. The YouTube manager tells you that no one cares about videos you post and suggests you continue your previous work since it's more successful. That is the reality of the situation. And despite that, Mugen still makes all the content, even though he knows realistically that some things are not going to do well while other things are. That was the point I was making entirely. At times, I know what's going to do well and I know what's not going to do so well. I still do what I want to do anyway. And then I bring this up to bring up specifically the point where I just chose to stop respecting Risky, to stop caring, to essentially be disrespectful. Because this tweet just goes to show that he does not argue in good faith. He is not the type of person that actually wants to help, even though he gives off the perception that he does. He is extremely disingenuous with how he argues his points. He just wants to tell people what to do. That's it. He comes with the perception of, I'm just telling you this as a friend. But really, it's for his own personal gain.
You suck.
Yo!
Bigger Tommy Raid clap on your
Hey,
cheeks.
my man, BioT Wolf, what's good with you? But this is where I lost complete total respect for Riskit as a person. Because his response to me basically discrediting anything he has to say, because he doesn't have a growing channel. He doesn't understand how to have a growing channel. He's not really a very good personality. He doesn't know how to do this. I basically expressed that, and then I presented someone that actually understands how to grow a channel, understands how the algorithm works, understands how YouTube works. Muga Lord is a very good content creator. I definitely recommend him if you haven't. Dude is a fucking beast, and he's been doing it for a long fucking time. But this is where I lost respect for Riskit as someone that has no idea what the fuck he's talking about, but also chooses to be disrespectful. But Riskiter says, Cass, not to be a dick. And you know what that means. Not to be a dick means, well, I'm going to be a dick right now because I guess you got offended by me just saying, hey, you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. If I had time, so no kids and a wife, I'd be at 20K by now. It means 20K as in 20K subscribers on YouTube. And he says, you know who I'd probably talk to at Legendary Drops, who makes good, honest content and grew quickly. And I think Legendary Drops is phenomenal. He's actually successful. He brings up another successful creator. So, not only, with a tweet like this, I lose respect for you, not just as a quote-unquote fake friend that you were trying to be, but as a man. Because you're essentially using your family as an excuse on why you can't grow a YouTube channel. I don't think that that's cool. I think that that's fucking lame. But I also see this as you kind of throwing shade at me because I don't have children and I do have more time because I don't have children. I don't personally care about having children. That's not for me. So I do take that as like, we know what the fuck you're trying to say, motherfucker. Like, come on, bro. Like, how, you want to say not to be a dick, not to be disrespectful, but I'm actually being disrespectful. Not just to me, but to your own family. But I digress. That's where I chose to not really give a fuck about Riskit anymore, because clearly a lot of times he does have very underhanded ways of saying things. Like, he says certain things in a very specific way to add a little layer of disrespect to what he's saying. And I'd rather you just be more honest. Stop being a pussy. Just say what the fuck you want to say. You weren't my friend. You just want to try and police what people do because you simply don't agree with them, instead of just being like, I don't like this person's content, I'm going to go watch somebody else. I just think that you're a bitch. And these are a lot of the same. This is just one of many examples of a lot of underhanded, disrespectful things that Riskit would typically say. But that is essentially where I lost passive-aggressive narcissism. Yeah, but that's essentially where I just chose to not take Riskit seriously anymore. Thank you so much for the two. He says, doesn't Smash JT have a wife and kids way past 20K? Absolutely. Don't use your family as an excuse for your own laziness and shortcomings. Period. You're just lazy. You just don't want to do the work.
Suck.
That's just to let you guys know specifically where I chose to say, fuck this dude. I don't care. I'm being disrespectful. But thanks for the 5, Steve. I appreciate you. Let's continue. He said, there's absolutely nothing wrong with having pronouns in a game. And I read this and I'm like, you're saying nothing. Like, literally, you've said nothing.
Yeah, it's called irony. It's ironic because
no,
literally every game uses pronouns. sort of what makes it a little bit funny to me.
It's ironic that you're trying to defend something that everyone knows is ridiculous and just one giant virtue signal. You are just too cowardly to directly address the actual issue that is presented by people when it comes to putting pronouns in video games and having the choice. The reality is the mass majority of people don't believe that there's a choice to pronouns. You just simply are what you are, depending on your gender. Period. And you're not going to convince people of anything otherwise. This is a recent phenomenon that is brought by a bunch of white people in the West that think they know better than everyone fucking else.
And there really is nothing wrong with having a them-they option in a game. There just isn't. Not for me. And I think objectively, there just isn't.
You know what they could have just did? Because it just makes most sense. They could just have genders. And then the gender that you choose corresponds with the pronouns that you have. It's fairly simple. Pronouns are normal, right? They could have just simply done that. You would have gotten your pronouns and everyone gets their pronouns. Whoa, it's almost like it's that simple.
If that shit makes you mad, you probably need to get the fuck outside. Touch a little bit of grass.
Who's mad? It's almost like he didn't actually watch my video even again. Because I actually referenced my own video in my live stream to show him that it's not really a big deal. Like, I've said this openly. Like, it's almost like he refuses to understand my position. This is literally just avoiding the actual debate or discussion.
I'm not sure how you avoid a debate or a discussion by making a comment on it. That's not avoiding.
The whole point is you didn't make a comment on it. You said nothing. That wasn't a comment on the discussion that was being had. That was wanting to be involved, but being a fence sitter.
That's getting involved. Again, dictionary. I'll send you the link.
Knowing that fucking Risk It shouldn't even be involved in the conversation. I said you have nothing of value to add to the conversation. Shut up, bitch. Shut up, bitch.
Keep this one in mind because it'll become relevant later. And then I think that you should back the fuck off and shut the fuck up. Not that I'm saying that anyone shouldn't, you know, I don't think anyone should, I'm not trying to shut down people's speech.
What, that I used a meme? Oh man, Lindo says he called it ironic to be upset over pronouns, but then used pronouns abnormally, which is the problem. Exactly. Exactly. I guess he's upset that I used a meme from The Rock. He's an Xbox fanboy that is upset that Xbox doesn't have exclusives anymore. That's him more than anything else, which just one of many examples on how Risk It has dumbass opinions, but I very strongly disagreed with him on. He believes that Xbox should just have their own exclusives. They shouldn't be on PC. They definitely shouldn't be going to PlayStation. That's the type of dude that he is because, well, now he has nothing to talk about, so now he has to get involved in adult conversations that he is not ready for, clearly. He's not ready for these conversations.
So a few things here, Cassie. Look, I'm not upset about exclusivity. I was concerned about the future of the console when that was announced.
Okay, keep reframing your position, brother.
But I don't get upset about gaming. Like, I don't get angry about this sort of stuff. It's gaming. It's supposed to be fun. It is to me. I've got no issue with games going to PC. I don't know where you got that from. I've got no issue with any of the games that have gone to PlayStation yet. Look, I may end up having an issue if they send over Halo Gears because every platform needs exclusivity.
He's acting like his Twitter Spaces didn't exist. Oh man.
That's just, you can't change my mind on that because it's just a fact. Netflix, Prime, Disney, PlayStation, even Steam has their exclusives. They don't need to buy them anymore. People just develop for that. They have exclusive content on Steam. Every single platform has fucking exclusives. Cassie just doesn't understand that.
Not Xbox, though. Get the fuck over it. Get the fuck over it. And why he's upset. He'll say that he's not upset, but he's upset because he has no safety net. That's all that is. He's just dedicated to Xbox. He's admitted openly that he's too stupid and lazy for PC, which we don't want you on PC anyway, so continue to be too stupid and lazy for PC. And that's really his overall issue with the whole Xbox situation. He just wants to stay on Xbox and wants a reason to brag about being on Xbox. And the only thing that's left to argue about being an Xbox fan is that you could play anywhere. But to him, that he doesn't like that.
Because she doesn't understand the industry. Talking about adult conversations that people aren't ready for, Cassie, that's you. You're not ready for this conversation.
Now, I'm not ready to talk numbers because I don't give a fuck about numbers. But in regards to like you being upset with games coming to other platforms that are from Xbox, you don't understand how to make money. You don't understand how clearly everybody wins by that except you, because you're upset that other people get the content that your box you feel was supposed to have exclusive to you. That's really all it is. But apparently I don't understand.
Based on your content, based on this actual video, the way you act, and you're talking about adults in the room. Also, I feel like you would need to have a good understanding of politics to exist within this conversation. And I just don't think you do.
That's fucking ironic. He wanted to have a take on the whole pronouns thing in Avowed. And he didn't even address any singular point with his tweet. And I called him out for it, and he's upset. And then he wants to act like I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. See where this video stands in terms of Monkey Man, this dude is insane. Ratio. Wait till you hear more of this shit. It's insane. So the video currently has 58 likes and 101 dislikes.
Yeah, I just don't give a shit about like to dislike ratios. I don't care. Like, I'm not like you. You keep sort of trying to pin this whole grifter thing on me on Twitter and in this video, but that's just not me. I talk about what I want to talk about when I want to talk about it.
Aw, he wants to talk about me. That's cute.
Like it, that's great. And if they don't, that's great too. I don't care.
Oh, man.
I don't know why you're so concerned with clicks instead of just being yourself.
The problem is, once again, Risk It. Let's just lay it out very clearly. You want to tell other people how to run their channel like you actually know what it is to have a successful channel. You don't know what that's like. You have no interest in growing. And once again, that is your prerogative. If you have no interest in growing, if you have no interest in finding an audience, if you have no interest in actually continuing to see the fruits of your labor, if you just have if you're fine just shit posting and for fun, it is what it is, that's cool. But you can't go to people and tell them how they should make their content when you actually don't have good information, you actually don't have real experience, and you actually don't know what it is to be good at doing YouTube. You have no fucking idea. You're better at doing Twitter than you are YouTube. Maybe give people more insight on how to be a Twitter grifter, whatever the fuck. If he was gonna talk shit about me, maybe he should have just watched my fucking video so that he actually knows where I stand. Right, Unforgiven. Isn't this sad? I have to watch myself. Let's use my video. And mind you, I hate listening to myself. Like, I find this disgusting right now that I have to listen to myself. But
yeah, I mean, you hit the nail on the head there. Like, I didn't watch your content and I don't watch your content because I guess you're not the only one that hates listening to you. It was painful to go through all this.
So he wants to give commentary on my content, but admits to not watching my content. As far as I could tell from this whole situation, Risk It just doesn't like my tweets. That's it. He just doesn't like my tweets. And at most, maybe he doesn't like my thumbnails. Yeah, especially when he fucks up my audio, right, Astro? And you don't have to like what I have to say. Naturally, I think anybody who isn't a narcissistic fuck doesn't like having to listen to themselves in video format. Like, here's the thing, like, because I edit my videos and because I go through a bunch of this shit, like, I have to unfortunately listen to myself more often than I'd like. I'm not a narcissistic person. That kind of shit, like, of course I'm gonna sit here and be like, I have to listen to myself. Like, what the fuck? You just don't like watching my content.
You suck.
He said we're not equipped to talk politics in gaming, hence I ask who won the popular vote. He's not in the majority.
Yeah, Chartard. Thank you so much for the 5. You bring up a good fucking point. And we did fix TTS. Let's go, baby. Thank you so much for helping me verify that, Chartard. But yeah, I mean, look, man, clearly the reaction, the way the vote went in America, and here's the thing, he wants to talk about American politics. He doesn't even live in America, he lives in Australia, but it goes to show that people are sick of the bullshit that's going on. They're sick of the virtue signaling. They're sick of all this bullshit, this unnatural bullshit that's being pushed on, children, into entertainment, into the schools, whatever have you. Now, has Trump the right answer? I don't know. Well, I guess we'll see. But clearly, a lot of people voted for him, deliberately being against a lot of the fuckery that has been going down.
To respond, but
I appreciate that, SL Gamer. Thank you.
I'm a good friend.
No, you're not. It's so, how do you say, like, it's so backhanded. It's not genuine. That's like the excuse. But really, he's not a good friend. I can't imagine he understands what a good friend is. I don't know. So, I don't know what he's getting at with that. First off, he's admitting he's willing to just concede to anybody's level of delusion that they happen to engage in. While I think that there's concessions that can be made that's fair, obviously, especially if you're in certain scenarios. If somebody who is trans looks like a female, even though biologically they're male, they want to have, be regarded as female, and they look the part. Sure, fair. I don't really have a problem with that. There's plenty of trans people in the community that I just refer to as their, as who they look, what they look like, because it's fairly easy to do that because they actually do a decent job at looking the part. And that's one thing. I don't have a problem with that.
Oh no! Cassie went woke. What happened?
It's almost like I have a nuanced way of thinking. It's almost like you just disregard anything that makes me look like a rational person. Because maybe, just maybe, you're being a disingenuous bitch. Maybe that's what, maybe that's the case. There's times where I've been misgendered plenty of times. People think that I'm a dude.
Yeah, this is just low-hanging fruit. I'm not going to touch that one.
Okay. Well, what does that mean? What does that mean? Come on, bro. You really gonna be that much of a pussy? Come on, bro. Timmy says low-hanging fruit. But what he really means is that he's too scared to say it. He's too scared to say what he feels. And that continues to just be a common theme for Riskit. He just is a fence sitter. He doesn't say what he really means, and he proves it every chance he gets. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not going to do the whole non-binary thing. I'm good, bro. You got to pick a fucking side, bro.
So what would you do? Like, how would you handle that? I mean, it probably wouldn't come up because you don't leave the house.
What does that mean? What does that mean? It's almost like he doesn't know me. Like, all these attempts to false frame people is so disingenuous. It's so gross. Bro, I probably go out way more than most of these people that like to talk this bullshit. You hate him. Well, like I said, Don't attack Risket. We're addressing all the fuckery right here. And there's no need to hate him. Is he a bad person? Socially, yes. Absolutely. But to waste time hating someone, even despite them being rude, obnoxious, a liar, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to dedicate such a strong emotion to someone so worthless.
But what would you do?
So what would I do if someone's non-binary and wants to be called they, them? I would just call them by their name. But I would also not be bothered talking to them after any specific time, unless we have to. But yeah, I'm sorry. I just not going to entertain delusion.
It's official. You suck.
Sasquatch can't understand irony, satire, and nuance.
I know, right? Like he pretends to be nuanced, but to him being nuanced is just being a fence sitter. He doesn't really take a specific side. And when he does, it's the safe side of, well, I'll go against the anti-establishment. That's the only like non-fence sitting position, but he also pretends to be like, to be in the center. But he doesn't understand irony. He doesn't understand satire. He takes everything. He takes all the things that are not meant to be taken seriously. He takes them too fucking seriously.
You'd just be like, nah, I'm not doing that. I don't see many people doing that. Nah, I'm not doing that. And I don't know if you've got the stones to be the nah.
What does that mean? That people's nah, I'm not doing that is just not proceeding. Like no, unlike I don't know if he understands this because he wants to make a big thing out of every fucking thing. People don't have to make a big thing out of something. Like, you don't have to you could just not engage. It's really that simple. And nobody has to make, do you go about your life being overly dramatic? Is that what you do? Do you like drama? Does everything where you actually have to not be a fence sitter have to be a drama moment for you?
I would just use their name. And why is it up to you or me, or why is it up to anything? And why is it a bitch move that apparently I have to recorrect their entire fucking life and mental way of thinking? That's not up to me, man. That's not my.
That's never been a stance that anybody. That's never been a stance that I've had. Whenever I ever had that stance, whenever I said, oh, you have to correct people. No. The whole point is I do not want to engage in their delusion. You cannot force me to adhere by these rules that are delusional. That's it. If you want to go home and you have a penis between your legs, but you want to wear a dress and you want to be called Sally, go for it, bro. And if you want to do that outside, go for that too. But don't expect me to sit there and address you as a female. Especially if you got a fucking beard. Especially if you look like Risket in a dress. I have no interest in entertaining the delusion. The problem is the authoritarians, they want to push that delusion and force people to adhere to it. And you've admitted like a fucking coward that you would adhere to it. That's all I'm saying. Like, don't tread on me, bitch. It's really that simple. I'm not here to tell people what to do. I'm here to tell them that I will not entertain their bullshit. That's it. And you can't force me.
What the fuck am I to go around and tell people how to think, what to be called, what to do? You literally spend most of this video.
That's literally what you do. That's literally what he's been doing since he had the idea that maybe he could try and tell me how I should make my content and what I should be doing and what I shouldn't be doing. You literally do exactly that. That's the problem. And now you just want to pretend that that isn't the case. That isn't the case. Amazing.
How you don't want to be told what to do and people shouldn't shut down your speech, which is exactly what you fucking did. We'll get into that later.
Huh?
But what you think that you should because someone wants to be called they, them? It's your entire video is fucking hypocritical.
there's no hypocrisy here. Everything that you said is absolutely just you fabricating an idea in your fucking mind.
And then I think that you should back the fuck off and shut the fuck up. Not that I'm saying that anyone shouldn't, you know, I don't think anyone should, I'm not trying to shut down people's speech.
Bro, is this what we have to do to try and fight back? You have to fake all this shit. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. That is hilarious.
And it's crazy that you're not even smart enough to see that.
Not that type of person that's going to automatically dismiss it, but my guard goes up. And I think that that's an absolutely fair, nuanced position to have. Wow, it's triple cage. Holy shit.
Yeah, look, I agree with that. 110% agree with that. I didn't like some of the scenes and the story writing and some of the things in the Valguard.
Oh, so it's almost like I'm not a grifter and I have nuanced discussions, some of which you may not agree with, but some of which you clearly do. You clearly do.
I can understand if you saw pronouns at a game, your guard would go up. I think that's fair.
Okay. And what I deliberately say is, don't tell me what the fuck to do with my time and my money. That's all I ask.
Yeah, I'm not telling anyone what to do with their time and their money. I'm not out here bitching about pronouns, telling people you're part of the problem, or any of that shit. You do what you want. I have an opinion. I'm expressing my opinion. Nothing wrong. Well, I mean, it's only okay if you do it, apparently.
Your opinion was sitting on the fence and having no opinion. And he got upset that I called him out on that. And it's hilarious because he was one of the dudes that wanted me to just to go at Hypnotic, to denounce Hypnotic or whatever. It's like, why are you trying to force me to do shit? Like, I don't respond well to people trying to essentially how do you say, like, use their moral authority to try and make me concede to doing
Not telling you what to do, I tell you what you need to do, pretty much, right?
Because that's just fucking dumb.
Autobots
like, if I have to
rise.
do something very specific, if I have to take a stand in order to essentially have your trust or be cool with you, go fuck yourself every single time. Absolutely, Miss Bella. If you try and tell me what to do, I'm immediately going to do the opposite. Don't tell me what the fuck to do. And that's the main reason why me and Riskit are not friends anymore. I mean, we don't fuck with each other no more.
Yes, there's a bit with this one. So that's not the reason we're not friends. The reason we're not friends is you can't have a nuanced conversation without being aggressive, going ad hominem, and basically being an all-round dick. Is like, one, I'm not telling you what to spend your money on. Two, I'm not telling you what to be pissed off about. But what I am saying is you don't need to get online and be a dick to people, because that's worse. I think that's worse than someone asking you to call them fucking damn day, is being a fuckwit to people online. Like, being an asshole because someone doesn't believe what you believe or doesn't hold the same opinion as what you hold is infinitely fucking worse. And if you have if you want to have a conversation about this stuff, just drop the ad hominem bullshit. Like, you don't need to do that. You can have a conversation back and forth and vehemently disagree with someone without having to be a fucking asshole. I had comments, I had things to say about you supporting Hypnotic, because Hypnotic supports racist shit in his videos. Someone said the things that he said that was said on his podcast. He didn't say them. I'll take that back. But someone said the things that was said on his podcast. I would pull that shit up immediately and that person would be out the fuck on their ass. I don't do racist shit. That ain't me. It'll never be me. You can call that fucking woke, call that whatever the fuck you want.
What does
Now,
that
if you want
even
to be friends
mean?
with that dude, like, okay, go for it, man. But I'm gonna have something to say about that, because that's what friends do. When you're fucking up, friends step in and say, hey, this. Now, if you don't want to listen,
But
that's cool.
Who's to say
But
I
if
was
you go
fucking
the extra
up, bro?
fucking mile and you start acting like a dick, well, then I'm going to respond in kind.
Like you were acting like a dick back in October. Come on, bro. You know what you're doing. Come on, bro. Ah. Is he saying he would beat up Hypno? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, shit, judging by this shit, I grew up in the street and I could take it back there anytime you want to play. Well, what the fuck does that mean, brother? He accused Hypnotic of being a racist, right? And Hypnotic said, thanks for showcasing. You have no idea what the conversation is actually about. You also misrepresent the pronoun situation hilariously. And this is Hypnotic responding to his last video. And Riskit once again accuses Hypnotic of being a racist. And Hypnotic said, hey, let's have a discussion on stream about your claims of me being a racist. Let me know when you're free. And mind you, Riskit tried to accuse me of avoiding a debate. He said, anytime you want to have a debate, and it's like, if you're just lying out your ass, what is there to say? But his response is, I'm normally up for discussion, but I have discussion in good faith. I don't believe you'd do that. You had guys throwing around racist comments on your show and said and did nothing. Explain that. Besides calling Ryan an idiot for his stupid fucking comments. I guess it isn't racist when a developer does it, right? And here's another post. Hypnotic says, I would love to have a conversation with this creature about grifting and pronouns. And Riskit says, mate, you're one of the worst known grifters on the planet. What's your gamer tag? Yeah, I swear, this dude just loves Twitter. He's obsessed with Twitter. That's his go-to. Concord Dev called you a talentless freak. And these are people that actually want you to buy their product that they make. It is crazy, right? It's just, it is hilarious that Riskit accused me of avoiding a debate, and he avoided a debate with Hypno. But that's just the type of dude Riskit is. And he's saying, what's ironic though, is that he says he only has debates or discussions with people in good faith. He's accusing me of not being in good faith, but yet he wants to have a debate with me, or at one point wanted to have a debate with me. And my question is this how you just simply treat women? Because you're too scared to have a debate with Hypno. Because it wouldn't be in good faith, right? Yet you're here explaining that I do not act in good faith and I'm rude and I'm mean, but you want to have a debate with me. And I can't sit here and say that, oh, he's he's sexist. I don't know for sure. And yeah, Riskit's really boring. He has a nice podcaster's voice, but he doesn't really have much charisma. But I just find, like I said, I just highly doubt he would speak to dudes the way that he chooses to speak to me. And like I said, don't let me find out you talk to other women this way. But I have a hard time. I don't know. There's a lot of, I'm not accusing him, but there's a lot of things that make me believe that he just looks down at women.
How can you have a conversation with this Sasquatch?
Oh man, not all Sasquatches are bad, Xavier. All right, like shout out to Mr. Cannoli Sasquatch. He's an awesome Sasquatch, man. But thank you so much for the 5, brother. I appreciate you. And I don't like to just simply accuse people of shit, but I will say that there's trends that makes me question some things when it comes to Riskit. Now, obviously, he's gonna weasel his way around any of that shit, and he's gonna make me out to be a bad person. But I really just think he looks down on women. Or at least me as a female. And I have reason to believe. Let me find out, bro. Let me go talk to Doom Cutie, man. I'm about to start hitting some people up, seeing what's up. I'm actually interested at this point. Because Doom Cutie used to be on his podcast. I wonder what happened. I'm just curious.
That's what's going to happen. Because I'm going to take shit from you. A snot-nosed little fucking prick like you. I don't have to take that shit, mate. And I won't. And you were going publicly at a friend of mine, ad hominem. He wasn't going ad hominem at you. He was making his comments.
Ooh.
I see two friends going at it. I step in to calm the situation down. The problem is, when you flipped it, you confused kindness for weakness.
Erica, I'm not sure what happened, but I don't know, bro. I'm just saying. It's just my spidey sense is tingling. I can't prove anything. I just wonder at this point. But if you have a problem with me and how I speak, I mean, I don't have respect for you. I've shown why I don't no longer have respect for you, but that's just what it is. You don't have to engage with me, especially if you feel disrespected, because that was the entire point. I don't respect you, therefore I disrespect you. And I quite frankly don't care how you perceive it. You could do what you want to do in terms of how to engage with that. You can block me. You can make these videos talking shit about me. That's fine. I mean, at the end of the day, I'll make it more entertaining by reacting to it. Whatever works, man. But I just have no interest in engaging with you in good faith. You are a waste of time. You're a waste of time. And really, I don't want to be spoken down to. And that's really all that it is. I'm just saying, brother. So... And once again, as to when it comes to your friend, I don't know which friend you're talking about. I wish you would name drop so I actually know what the fuck you're talking about. But there's a lot of there's just a lot of misframing and there's a lot of vagueness to what this dude is saying. So.
And that ain't me, mate.
Like he decided to make this tweet and then make this video. Way the fuck after all these other events, like the situation had evolved into multiple other events, adding more layers to the conversation. So it's like you decided to take a very safe milquetoast stance here when all this other shit is also out here.
All right, so listen, a few things here. So yeah, I tweeted after the whole thing blew up. That's 110% true. The point is, this shitstorm should have never blown the fuck up. And the reason that it did is because of grifters. You guys are at fault. The layers to the conversation exist because grifters like you fucking cause them constantly. The developer's reaction was 110% stupid. I've already spoken about that at length. I speak about it again on the show this week coming. It's no less stupid than the anti-woke fucking community's reaction to pronouns. The fact that it's come to this over pronouns says more about you guys, the anti-woke crowd, than it does about the fucking devs. And it's fucking sad to see.
Okay, so what do you propose be done about this? Because you don't like what they have to say. Do you just want to get rid of them? Like, is that what you want to do? As much as you don't like it, there's nothing you could do to stop people from having discourse. There's nothing you could do to stop it. So you could sit here and bitch and whine about it and just make it a focal point of your discussion as much as you want to. But you can't stop them. And there's plenty of people in the anti-woke community that I personally don't fucking like. I think John F. Trent is a fucking retard. I think John De La Rose is a fucking retard. There's quite a few of them that I don't fuck with them, period. But can I stop them from making the content that they make? Absolutely not. I can't stop them. If I want to, I can make videos shitting on them and shitting on their positions and calling them out for their lies. And you're more than welcome to do that. But what you're alluding to is that this content should not exist. And that's just too fucking bad that you don't like it. If you don't like it, don't watch it. If you disagree with it, explain why and how it's wrong. Like, it's sad that I have to have these basic conversations with people. Like, I don't know what the issue is. He just wants to be involved. He has nothing else to talk about. Or maybe he does have other stuff to talk about, but he just ain't doing a very good job of addressing it. Like, maybe, just saying, brother. Could be wrong here. You should work on giving your audience the content that they want instead of running your mouth about the anti-woke community. I'm just saying, bro. Because we have Albert here, Albert Felines. It says, damn, I'm surprised at you guys. No Stalker 2 or Avowed or nothing. Damn. I really like your shows, though. Anyway, but damn. Maybe you should just concentrate on on your audience because they don't seem to be very, very happy. He said, I covered Avowed in a video and we really can't make a comment on Stalker 2 as it was so broken. We left it for a couple of days. And here's the thing, man. I give you guys the opportunity to engage and to actually dictate what I cover in gaming. I give you guys the opportunity, if you become a channel member, to jump into Discord, and mind you, it's just 99 cents to have access to my Discord. And you guys, I tell you guys, hey, recommend stuff for me to talk about. Recommend things for me to react to. Because I guess he doesn't understand how to be a successful content creator. And there's different avenues to do it. But maybe you should be more concerned about your audience. I'm just saying, brother.
Frankly, I'm sick of it. Look, if the
What are you gonna do about it? Nobody gives a fuck if you're sick about it. Go cry me a fucking river. Stop your bitching and moaning. Your content is now negative too because you're bitching and whining and you just act like a fucking cunt about it. Oh my God, Risk It doesn't like it. Let's change the landscape of socialization. Let's change the landscape of YouTube and Twitter just because Risk It doesn't like it.
hiring practices are true, they should be investigated. But stating that as fact based on a tweet is misleading and also stupid. The video, Cassie, came because you tried to shut down my speech, because you told me to shut the fuck up. You don't get to tell me to shut the fuck up and then I go do it. That doesn't work like that. I don't know who the fuck you think I am, but I'm not that guy.
A centrist to him just means that you're just being a pussy and not taking a side. I am through and through libertarian by nature.
He
More than
doesn't
just a political
understand
stance.
the
It's more so
irony.
a life stance. And
He
a lot
doesn't
of my
understand the
takes
irony,
are very much like based on my libertarian thought process. Like, don't make me do shit that I don't want to do. Don't tell me what to do.
Oh man,
Don't condemn me for my takes. For me choosing not to support something that you don't fuck with. You know, stuff like that.
He's in a
But
very
he's just
dark
like,
place.
well,
Maybe.
I'm trying to play it safe because I'm just trying to be industry friendly. So I'm centered.
Being in the center doesn't mean that I don't have a fucking opinion.
Clearly you don't.
And being in the center is hard because the left comes after you and the right come after you. But I don't have to conform to any political fucking ideologies that I don't want to.
Okay, so you're once again
literally telling.
you're a fence sitter. That's what you are, bro. It's safe. I get it. And everyone's gonna call it out because that's what you're doing. Because it's more cowardly than anything else, man.
Me after saying that you don't like being told what to do to conform to a fucking ideal.
No, I'm just saying pick a side or have
You
a real
understand
opinion.
How fucking hypocritical you are.
Stop being a pussy.
Because how fucking dare you try and control what conversations I try to have? Like, how fucking dare you try and control that? I think that's disgusting.
Again, do you not see how hypocritical you are? What's up on your fucking screen right now? What did you say to me? You have nothing to add to this conversation.
Absolutely.
Shut up, bitch.
He doesn't
And then
understand,
you're
bro.
crying in a video with that in the background
He doesn't
about
get it.
me trying to shut down your speech. And then I think that you should back the fuck off and shut the fuck up. Not that I'm saying that anyone shouldn't, I don't think anyone should, I'm not trying to shut down people's speech.
What did I say in my video reacting to my stream last week, reacting to his content? And he brought it up. He actually showed the clip earlier. So my mindset is whatever people tell me to do, I'm going to do the opposite. The whole entire point was to get him to actually take a real stance, actually say something that means something. Because what he said Pronouns are everywhere. Pronouns are in all games. You know, like, that means nothing. That literally means nothing. The whole point when I'm telling you, hey, you have nothing to add to the conversation, and then using the satirical meme of The Rock saying, shut the fuck up, was to get you to actually have a real fucking statement. To actually engage in the conversation instead of trying to just get attention by actually not saying anything at all. That's the whole point. And to not understand like the whole the Rock meme and to actually be offended by that, you're not just a clown. You're the entire circus, bro.
Not for nothing. No disrespect to people that engage in Game Pass, but it's
there are
easier
so
to
many
take these
performers
stances
in the circus.
if you just be like, oh, well, you know, I'm a Game Pass gamer. You know, it's easy to say that I'll just play it and judge it based on its merits. It's easy to say that when you don't have to put up 60 or 70 fucking dollars for every fucking game you choose to engage in and have limited time to play
Bro,
everything.
I was cooking.
It's easy to say that shit.
Holy shit, I was cooking.
100% true. That's the power of Game Pass. If it isn't good, you don't have to play it.
Socialized
If it is good, it gets to play
gaming,
it.
baby.
$20 a month. Where's the negative?
Like, for me, it's like, dude, I don't really engage in Game Pass like that. I want to buy the game and own the game. Now,
That's your decision. Sucks to be you.
so
Ownership is bad. Spoken like a true Australian. Mitty's offended. He's like, we don't take him. Not over here in Australia. You know what, Mitty? There are some people in Australia, man, they on the ball, bro. They're definitely on the ball, and I do respect them. And I feel bad that they have to actually share the country with people that are just completely just slaves to the state, bootlickers. It sucks, man. We deal with it too here, though, admittedly, so sad to say.
you, like, your content and, like, people like you that are like, I choose to not take a stance in the political, you know, in the whole political debate, the social political debates in the gaming industry. Like, you choose to be a centrist. We depend on the centrist to actually discuss the merits of the game. And now you're a so-called centrist that's, you know, really just full of shit. You're a so-called centrist that now wants to get involved in the political discussion. And that's the problem. And what you're doing, the thing is, what he's doing is you are engaging in the very thing that you don't want to happen. You're giving it even more power because now you, even the centrist that's supposed to be discussing the merits of the games, now you're getting involved in the political discussion, which is what you don't even want.
Yeah, look, we're running out of time. This video's getting long, and I responded to this earlier. Cassie, if you'd never said what you said, I wouldn't have made the video.
You mean if I didn't call you out for not saying anything? Oh my God, bro. It's like you want so badly to be involved, but you didn't want to say anything. At least I brought it out of you. That's the good thing. I got you to say what you wanted to say, even though you didn't want to say it. So even then, I still win.
Maybe he's a grifter too. I don't know, bro. Because he's saying all this shit, the same shit that I was saying.
We doing it, Demion. Don't worry.
The problem is, I'm not a fucking coward, and I say everything that I feel.
Absolutely.
That's the only difference.
You know, it's weird that she says that because anyone who knows me, like anyone who knows me or has had even spent a little bit of time with me, knows I say everything I think and everything I say, I fucking
Do
mean.
you know?
So,
Do you know?
I mean, if you can come up with an example where I've not said something that I mean, like, fine, do it. But
Clearly, I called you out exactly then and there. I literally called you out on it. What are we talking about? You know what's crazy about this whole video? What's crazy about this entire video is that I bring up 3 specific points of my original video talking about Avowed to showcase that I'm a very nuanced YouTuber. All right, I try to see multiple sides. I try to I try to have an overall discussion that's as fair as I could possibly be. And he chose to admit all of those points that were specific points that I did want him to address. And he addressed none of them. You know why? Because they absolutely rationalize everything that I was saying. Because when I'm addressing him directly, I don't give a fuck. So obviously I look out of pocket because I don't give a fuck addressing him directly, but addressing the situation directly, I have an absolutely 100% nuanced discussion, but he doesn't want to make me look like a rational person that actually had a legitimate side, that actually addressed the points and had a nuanced discussion on those points. He doesn't want to do that. So he just essentially omitted those 3 specific points that I wanted to make, that I wanted him to address, and he chose not to address it because he wants to false frame me.
Maybe you're just the authoritarian pig that wants to try and control the conversation, brother. And what I'm saying is, talk what the fuck you want to talk about. If you don't like this conversation, do more in creating different conversations to have. I always support more conversation.
Talk what the fuck you want to talk about, but shut up, bitch. And then I think that you should back the fuck off and shut the fuck up. Not that I'm saying that anyone shouldn't, you know, I don't think anyone should, I'm not trying to shut down people's speech.
He's still on about that? He's still on about a joke fucking meme? A fucking GIF? Is he really that pushed by that GIF? Really? Really?
So what you're saying is, we want more games, even if they happen to be bad. Because the more games, the better, even if they're shit. And we should support bad games. That's the takeaway? That's really the takeaway.
Oh yeah, the salt must flow.
We should still reward developers that do shit that gamers don't want.
Oh no.
No.
That's
How did you get that out of that?
That's literally what you said, bro.
Strange.
Support shit
No,
games.
I'm saying every
because
time you
devs
stomp
will
on a
die.
studio for fuck all, it damages the studio. If you crushed Obsidian, which is a good studio with a storied history, and they only just had he, him, and she, her, right, in their character creator.
If they had just had male, female, you mean?
And that studio went down because of all the negative attention that it got, that's not good for consumers. I hope I made that clear.
It's not good for consumers that game developers come out and essentially admit to absolutely illegal hiring practices. It's terrible that a developer comes out and essentially throws their entire potential audience under the bus, and essentially kills their game choosingly out of their own hubris at the stake of everybody else that has worked on this game. Developers have to learn to, if they want to sell a product to people, they're gonna have to learn to treat people with respect. It's really simply how that works.
And mind you, the last time I had a debate with Mr. Risk It for the Biscuit, we were in a Twitter space, and I think I mentioned that earlier. You know what happened in that Twitter space, mind you guys? You know, I got muted 3+ times because I was fucking trouncing on this idiot, fucking destroying him.
You got muted 3+ times because you wouldn't shut the fuck up and let other people speak. And then I think that you should back the fuck off and shut the fuck up. Not that I'm saying that anyone shouldn't, you know, I don't think anyone should, I'm not trying to shut down people's speech. That's why you got muted.
He means himself, by the way. He couldn't speak. He's mad he couldn't control the conversation. That's all that was. He's just, once again, dude, just desperate to control the conversation, and he's not very good at it. And this is why it has devolved into this.
I am seeing with you there's a pattern of being delusional. So maybe that's what happened there for you.
Knowing that.
Oh, man. He was just, honestly, more than anything else, he was mad that I was just saying Xbox is dead. And I told him, just get the fuck over not having exclusives anymore. It's over, bro. Like, PlayStation dudes act like I just pick on them. But they don't understand that the reason why I don't talk about Xbox that much anymore is because it's over with in my eyes. Like, it's dead. It is dead. They're a publisher, and I think that they can make good games. They have to obviously get their developers to respect the audience they're trying to sell to, but Obsidian hasn't been good since Chris Avellone. That's unfortunate. Appreciate the two, brother. But yeah, like PlayStation fanboys think that I really just that I love Xbox, which is hilarious. And it's like I haven't loved Xbox since 360. And to me, I spent the entire Xbox One generation just destroying Xbox fanboys and just shitting on them. And now I've just become indifferent because at some point you kind of just become indifferent to a specific hardware company that happens to make consoles or gaming platforms. And that's where I was at this point with Xbox. I'm just indifferent to them. And that's not to, shit on my fellow Xbox gamers, bro. You do you at the end of the day. I'm not telling you what to do. But in my eyes, the Xbox as a console is just dead. It's dead. And he got really upset about that. You don't do your research in regards to actually knowing where my positions are. No, why the fuck would I waste my fucking time debating someone like this? And even when I bring up my points directly, he still won't address them directly. Once again, just very disingenuous person, man.
Well, there you have it. She's running away. She must have kicked my ass so bad in the last debate, she's raring to go for this one. Look, Cassie, you're out here trying to shut down speech. You're out here regularly telling people to shut up, bitch. If you scroll through your timeline, shut up, bitch is probably your most used GIF. It's fucking laughable that you think other people are trying to shut down your speech when that's actually what you're doing. You're a fucking hypocrite.
Talking about running away from debates. Oh my God. I guess he only feels safe debating a woman.
Mate. Stay out of my tweets. Stay off my fucking timeline.
Wait,
hold
on. This dude does nothing but come at my tweets all the time. The one time I quote tweet this dude to tell him that you didn't even take a position, you have nothing to add to the topic with this tweet, he gets super out of pocket about it. I'm glad this shit is over. This dude is a clown. Just stay out of my tweets. It would have been funny if you would have stayed out of my tweets, stayed out of my DMs, stop running your mouth, stop trying to tell me what the fuck to do. It would have been nice if you would have held that line and have at least somewhat of a level of respect. But you don't, and that's why I don't respect you, and that's why I let you know that I don't respect you openly. It bothers you, and I understand that you're upset about it. Oh yeah, he would DM me a lot, Kelly Rex. A lot of that's actually on my old Twitter account. He would actually have DMs to discuss what I did wrong in his opinion, and yeah, he would actually go that far. So that's the kind of shit I have to deal with. The one time I go out of way to quote retweet him, apparently it's a problem. Fucking hilarious. I know, right, Kelly Rex? It's fucking crazy. It's crazy that he actually... Apparently, yeah, he's mad that a woman who posted a gif of The Rock told him to shut the fuck up. I guess he's mad that he's unsuccessful in getting me to shut the fuck up for many months.
I am going to be making more content. I've been super busy. Got 5 kids, full-time job, missus, life, things to...
He uses all this personal shit as an excuse quite often. That's crazy. Has he made any content since then? It's been 3 days. No, he still doesn't make videos, so. He's just doing his podcast. So yeah, that's Risk It. I don't think he's gonna respond. If he does, I really don't give a fuck. If he chooses to lie more, I'll just address it as so whatever the fuck. But it's fairly clear that he was quite bothered and he was mad that I posted a GIF. He's very mad that I openly addressed him like he would do to me. That's funny.
The last thing I'll say on it, and I don't want to bring anyone else in if they don't want to, is like, 1, I'm not telling you what to spend your money on. 2, I'm not telling you what to be pissed off about. But what I am saying is you don't need to get online and be a dick to people, because that's worse. I think that's worse than someone asking you to call them fucking damn day, is being a fuckwit to people online. Like, being an asshole because someone doesn't believe what you believe or doesn't hold the same opinion as what you hold is infinitely fucking worse. And if you want to have a conversation about this stuff, just drop the ad hominem bullshit. Like, you don't need to do that. You can have a conversation back and forth and vehemently disagree with someone without having to be a fucking asshole. And if you need to do that, it's because you don't have the mental capacity to have the conversation. And then I think that you should back the fuck off and shut the fuck up. Not that I'm saying that anyone shouldn't, you know, I don't think anyone should, I'm not trying to shut down people's speech. I'm just saying, like, you know, if you haven't gone and done the research, gotten all the facts, and looked at the landscape, maybe you should. I'm just saying.